All right, let's talk about another synastry placement that I have encountered a bunch of times and that I enjoy. Let's talk about Venus conjunct the descendant. What is the descendant? And this is a synastry aspect. This is not a natal aspect. So this is when one person's descendant is contacting another person's Venus. Most of us know, the rising sign, the ascendant. So the descendant is 180 degrees opposite from the ascendant. It also will be like the seventh house. So the seventh house ruling over partnerships. There's a lot of romance when anyone has, like, any planets in a partner's seventh house are important to look at because that's a romantic house. It depends on what the planet in there is or multiple planets in there is. But with Venus, the planet of love and beauty and romance, and kind of like the feminine nature that we have and like our taste for things, it's really beautiful to see in a synastry chart. But there are a couple of things to be said here, like a person's descendant is oftentimes what they unconsciously find attractive in other people because it feels like something that is missing inside of themselves, because our ascendant is something that we're going to be much more consciously and like outwardly aware of. So our descendant is an area in which we may have some mental blocks. We may have an unconscious fear. A lot of the time, attraction goes hand in hand with fear, ironically. But it's an area that when you develop it, it brings you more balance. And that's why I believe as humans, we are attracted to these polarities, because it's an area that's going to cause you to grow. And when another person has a planet such as Venus and in your seventh house, it kind of like, it brings about this feeling that that person represents an ideal for you, because it's a planet that's very sweet, right? So while it may be somewhat intimidating and scary, you're going to be really attracted to this person, and you're going to think like that they have something that you long for and that you want and that you maybe unconsciously feel will complete you. And honestly, it really does help you grow as a person if you are the ascendant person, if you're the descendant person, and you are interacting with someone who has planets in your seventh house. It really does kind of shed a light on those areas where you have unconscious desires and unconscious areas of growth and improvement. So it's really genuinely good for you to be relating with someone who has planets in your seventh house. If you're the Venus person, you will just be feeling that the descendant person, like, you're just going to appreciate how much they are attracted to you, and you're going to feel appreciated for how much they want to get to know you and how much they're going to be like intrigued by you. So it's very flattering for the Venus person. So it kind of does go both ways. And there is like a lot of attraction here. But yeah, that being said, like, if you look at the whole entire synastry chart, and there's other things that would bring about some kind of like shyness, this one will probably be, it's not like Venus on the ascendant where you're like going to want to be putting your hands on each other like right away. The descendant, it's kind of a slower, because you feel this little sense of shyness, maybe intimidation, because the person just feels like your ideal person. And be careful, because even if someone feels like your ideal person, that doesn't necessarily mean that they are. I just would like to say, because I don't feel like it's said in the world of astrology very much, Like, don't let someone's synastry chart with yours, or don't let the placements that you find you have together dictate everything. Keep your head squarely on your shoulders and ask yourself things like, outside of these connections, does this person seem like they're healthy? Because a person can manifest in many different ways. That doesn't mean that they're on a path of evolution and self improvement just because you guys have this attraction or this feeling between you two. So I just wanted to throw that in there. Like, really take a step back and ask yourself, without looking at the placements, if they really are the ideal for you, or does it just feel like that because you have this connection? Ask yourself what you value, what do you look for in a partner, and then ask yourself if this person embodies those things, because that'll just keep you a little grounded instead of getting too blown away by the fact that you have these magical feelings between you two. But let's say it's all green flags, and the other parts of the birth chart and synastry chart make you compatible, and the person is well evolved and stable, or whatever it is you're looking for in a person, then this placement is really, really valuable in partnerships. It really will lend itself to commitment. If the two of you commit to it, you will both grow and develop through this. Partnership in the 7th house is a long-term thing. So you will feel a level of commitment to each other, but it's not going to come super duper easy. At first, there will be the attraction, and then you're going to realize that there are, like I said before, those parts of you that are unconscious that need to be developed, especially if you're the descendant person. But, if you're the Venus person, you representing ways that person needs to develop, you'll feel it too, because you're like, I don't mean to challenge you. I don't mean to bring up insecurities of yours. I don't mean to make you feel like, I guess insecurities would be what it can bring up, because it's like the person will long for you in this way that they know they haven't consciously developed. So yeah, hopefully that makes sense in that it really is positive and it is attractive, but it will bring up areas in which your relationship is going to need to evolve. And that's what relationships are for, is helping one another evolve, right? So I hope you all got something valuable from this. And if you have anything that you're not finding on the internet, or you want more perspectives on in terms of synastry, then let me know in the comments. I like taking requests for videos. All right, we'll see you in the next one.